Hello. Let's talk about the La Liga big summer transfers so far. As we know, Barcelona has been wiping the floor with Real Madrid the past 2 years in La Liga. Um, it's been um, it's been a dominating display from Hansi Flick, taking over after Xavi's term and making Barcelona a force again. One of the best attacks in Europe. Sure, they have a high line and some defensive frailties, but they make do with their potent attack in midfield. And Madrid brought back Uncle Mo. Jose Mourinho is back in the helm to take over Madrid and try and bring them back to winning ways after 2 years of no major trophies since Mbappe joined the Madristas. So, kind of wanted to just talk a little bit about what's been going on in La Liga in terms of the big summer transfers for Real Madrid and Barcelona, and how that's going to shape the La Liga title race for the 26-27 season. It's looking like it's going to be an exciting La Liga again, with the way these teams are retooling. It should be a fun watch to watch Barcelona and Real Madrid go to head, and let's dive in a little bit into that. And we're getting ready for the new football season to start relatively soon, like a few weeks. So as you can see here, Real Madrid have gone crazy with the recruitment. I think after the last couple of years and not having success in domestically or in Europe, I think Florentino Perez still wants to go all out and recruit the best and brightest talent to shore up Real Madrid's frailties. So they've got out and they first started off with a very smart recruitment strategy. They brought in veterans like Bernardo Silva and Denzel Dumfries to shore up the defense, and Marco Correa, former Chelsea left back, one of the best left backs in what I think, to shore up their defensive frailties. So that was good bit of business there. Bernardo Silva is free and relatively cheap. Dumfries, and then good price for Marco Correa. And then they also brought Rodri Konate. Now, he's had a rough last season at Liverpool, so I don't know how well he's going to integrate into Madrid, but it's still defensive cover, which Madrid has needed for a while, so that's good. And then they just topped it off this past week with the signing of a young pure wing talents, Yan Diamande, for a record-breaking 125 million euro fee plus bonuses. Now, I personally don't know how good Yan Diamande is. I haven't watched him a lot in Leipzig the past year. I saw a little bit of him at the World Cup, and I don't know if he's worth this amount of money. But this is the market now, right? You pay for what the select club is asking for, and you walk over the player. So that's a lot of big stuff with Madrid. Now, the biggest thing I think they did, one of the biggest things they did, was re-signing Vinny Jr., who was about to be in the last year of his contract and could have left for free to go play elsewhere. He had some talks with Arsenal reportedly and could have left, so it was big for Madrid to re-sign him. The one thing I think Madrid is still missing, and I think a lot of Madrid fans probably would say, that ever since they lost Toni Kroos and Luka Modric in the midfield, they don't have any midfielders in the current squad that can control the game, control the possession, and keep the ball in Real Madrid's favor to get those balls and passes through balls to the attackers quickly, and also just help shield the defense. They don't necessarily have a midfielder with that profile right now in the squad, which is a big miss, and I think one that if they address, it should be favorites to win the league. But I think without addressing that, they still have a gaping hole in the middle. And this dovetails lovely into what Barcelona has been doing. So basically, Barcelona hadn't done too much this past summer. All they really did was they let Lewandowski go and brought in Anthony Gordon, which the jury's out on that one, because I don't know if he is the quality that Barcelona needs for that price, but they brought him in. And then they also brought in Karen Adeyemi, again, another one who I'm not too sure of his quality at this level, but the fee's relatively low, so it's a low risk move, and he has a blistering pace. He does have that. So those two moves are like, okay, so, and then they brought in Jesse Bissoa. He's like a talented youngster that they're going to, develop in La Masia. So okay, fine, that's fine. But I think the biggest thing Barcelona are doing is trying to sign Rodri. That's one of their priorities that they're trying to move right now. It looks like Rodri, according to the reports, has a preference to go to Barcelona over Real Madrid. And Real Madrid wanted to sign him. And the thing is, that's the kind of profile Real Madrid is missing in their midfield, that defensive controller. They don't have that like Rodri. And Rodri is probably the best in the world at that. And if Barcelona are able to sign him, because apparently Barcelona offered about a 50 million euros offer to Man City, and Man City wants somewhere in the 80 million euros range. If Barcelona are able to sign him, that's a game changer for the La Liga, because if Real Madrid signed Rodri, I think Real Madrid are the favorites to win the league. They've reinforced defensively, in attack, and they have the midfield controller to dominate possession and dominate games. But Barcelona taking that away from them, taking Rodri away, means that now Barcelona, who are already a very good team at controlling possession and controlling games and shielding their defense with their midfield ball control. They had that with Pedri and Gavi and the other midfielders, and De Jong, but De Jong is out or injured. Now they've replaced De Jong with Rodri, who's probably the best defensive controller in the game. So now they brought him to cover for De Jong being missing, and when De Jong gets back, they'll have De Jong and Rodri. And Rodri in his prime, he's 29, right? So Rodri, Pedri, Gavi, or Rodri, Pedri, Olmo midfield will probably dominate the ball, just as you saw Spain do in the World Cup, where they took the ball away from France, took the ball away from Argentina, and dominated the game that way. And I think that would just make Barcelona stronger, because even though they haven't really bolstered their defense yet, and they've let Araujo go on loan to Liverpool, which I don't know if that's a good idea per se, but if they bring in a defender like Cuchi Romero, maybe that'll be a great move. But yeah, even though they haven't bolstered in the defensive line, by bolstering the midfield and strengthening their strength, they basically ensure that there's maximum protection of their defense by shielding them and keeping the ball away from attackers. So, and then continue to get the ball to their attackers to do the damage. And now they have Gordon, Adeyemi, who are speedsters. They got Rafinha. They got Yamal, who are tricky, skillful, have the quality, and I think they can do some damage. I think they still need a center forward. They've been looking to get Julian Alvarez, but the Atleti don't want him to let him go, so they should probably look at some other options. I think Julian Alvarez or an attacker, striker probably, and one more center back, and I think Barcelona would then, if they get Rodri, would probably be the favorite for La Liga in my estimation. So right now it's up in the air. It depends on what transfer business is done. If Real Madrid get a controller profile, I think they become the favorites. If Barcelona complete the Rodri deal, get a striker and a center back, I think they continue to push to retain La Liga for a third year in a row and be a serious threat in the Champions League. So that is pretty much my thoughts on the La Liga transfer window so far. Is heating up. The last few weeks are going to have a lot of impact on how the title race goes in Spain, and also who's going to be a force in the Champions League. So that's my thoughts on the summer transfer window so far for La Liga. I'll probably do one of these for the Premier League and any other leagues that I find interesting, but my two main focus this year are going to be La Liga and Premier League. But yeah, that's all I had to say. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, share, and remember, Jesus loves you.